Are you tired of having to choose between mindlessly killing the same old bots or dying to blatant cheaters? Tired of playing on the same uninspired maps we've had for 5 years? Luckily for you, we've teamed up with Borderlands to deliver you from the monotony. Borderlands 4 throws you into the wild new world of Kairos, where you'll use a whole arsenal of badass weapons to overcome the planet's ruthless tyrant, the Timekeeper. Even if someone has not played the previous games, Borderlands 4 is a perfect entry point. It's made to be instantly fun, fast, and over the top from the moment you start. Instead of looting your 10,000th bog standard armor plate on Kairos, you'll find shit like a gun that shoots guns. It's obviously insane, but that's kind of the entire point. Absurd, chaotic, and most importantly, fun. Borderlands 4 also has deep and meaningful character customization, genuinely impactful movement abilities, crazy special skills, you name it and you can do it. Perhaps best of all, for the few of you who have friends, the game's designed from the ground up to be playable solo or with up to 3 other people. And in either case, you're in for a wild ride. And for those of you on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, that includes the option of 2-player couch co-op split screen as well. Pre-order any version of Borderlands 4 to receive the Gilded Glory Pack for free at borderlands.com. Rated PEGI 18/M for mature. Available on PC via Steam in the Epic Game Store, PS5 and Xbox Series X and S on September 12th, and on the Switch 2 on October 3rd.
I'm gonna have to just get up immediately. Yeah, okay. My pizza's a minute away. I want to check the pizza right now, actually.
Go take a peek at it. Take a peek, man. That's what I always say. We are not live, but we are recording as fuck. Welcome, boys and girls, to Dropshot Call of Duty Podcast, episode...
Oh, we're minutes away still, buddy.
541, okay. Set your timer right then. Dude, there's this... I should send it to you. There's this girl on TikTok, and she does... This is going to sound so dumb explaining it. I should just post it. But she does like little skits where she pretends she's inanimate objects, and it's so fucking funny because they're like, so one of them is it's like I'm your dryer or something like that. And it's like, oh, she'll be like, oh, did you think I was done? No, the timer wasn't 30 minutes. I don't know why you thought it would be done by now, because
Yeah,
dryers are the time is never correct. And then she's like, come back in 10 minutes. And then you come back in 10 minutes. She's just going, dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun.
It's so dumb. I feel like I've seen videos like that.
It's so fucking stupid, but I'm describing it terribly. But
oh yeah,
it's really funny stuff
all around. Yeah,
they're great. It's so funny, dude. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Welcome to the show. All of which is to say timers are fake. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
And I hope that helps. Welcome to the show. Today, this whole week, in fact, we have a lot to get into. We have finally gotten the Big Dumper blog post, along with a bunch of people's videos and some like gameplay clips and stuff, obviously. So on Patreon, what we did for our last episode was we went through a J-God video where he was talking about what he learned going to wherever he went. I don't know if it was Activision HQ or Treyarch HQ. It's Treyarch, okay, yeah.
In Southern California somewhere. That was a small event, by the way. They only invited 30 people.
Oh, wow. That is pretty
small one, yeah.
Small, yeah. Like your Peter.
Invite, 'cause I'm close.
So
I'll be there in a matter of 30 minutes, maybe.
Yeah. Well,
I could drive there, touch the side of the building, and come back during this episode. What are your thoughts on that?
You should drive there and touch the reception desk with your front bumper by careening through the front door. And
yeah.
So anyway, that's a joke, obviously, of course. But yeah, anyway, we watched that on Patreon because he talked a lot about like what they learned there through the dev's presentation and stuff. And that almost certainly had information in it that was not, or that is not in this blog post we're going to cover. So that was what we just did on Patreon. That's live for all of our patrons. If you guys want like more info, I mean, you could go watch like JGod's video, obviously, but we did an episode covering it, talking about how we liked all the stuff and whatnot. And that was really good and really insightful. Because, yeah, he was giving us all of his impressions of how things would be and how things actually looked and played. So that was really interesting. But so that's one aspect of like the new info we've gotten. And we did some coverage of it there, patreon.com/thedropshot. The other part is this fucking enormous blog post, which we're going to get into right now. We are going to split this up into 2 episodes. One's today. One will be on the weekend on Sunday for you guys. Unless you're a patron, you'll get it early on Saturday. And there, we don't really know how we're going to bifurcate this. We're just going to kind of go for a while. If we reach like a good natural break point, we'll call it there. If we don't, we'll just call it at some arbitrary time and finish it on Saturday. Because there's, like I said, and like many of you have probably seen, there's a motherfuckload of info in here. And we will not be able to cover it all in one episode. So we're going to split it up. Hopefully we can do it in a cool way. A way that makes
cool
sense.
Way. Yeah, really cool way, guys.
It's going to be really cool how we split up this episode on the blog post. Yeah. So anyway, that's that. As far as announcements go, yeah, that Patreon video's out. And we are pre-recording these because this week's EPs are sponsored by Borderlands 4. Some of you have pointed out, why am I hearing Raz on my like Formula One podcast or whatever?
Yeah. One of the Brits said that.
Something, I don't know what podcast it was. Yeah, it's football.
It was like an Arsenal podcast or something, which is a soccer team. It's
soccer, yeah.
Right?
And don't say football, yeah, obviously. So that's why, is because, yeah, we've partnered up with Borderlands. And that Arsenal podcast you listen to is in the same network we're in. So, surprise. That's why. So
you're kind of world famous, man.
That's what they're saying, but I already was. But yeah, that's why we're pre-recording this, because we're going to put in some like pre-recorded ads and stuff as well. And yeah, patrons know that we have been doing this. This is the first kind of part of it. And the game looks pretty dope, I have to say. I've never played Borderlands before, but through doing this campaign, one of the big sticking points for them is like, it doesn't matter. Like, this is a great point to jump in on. And just looking at the like art style of it and stuff, like watching trailers and stuff, Tanner, I think, said this, and I totally agree. It's like the whole game is like cell shaded almost, which I think is very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very cool art theme. Is that what that would be called?
I guess. It's cool, yeah.
I like it.
Art style. Yeah. It looks dope.
That's an artistic direction.
That's an artistic direction. Yeah. It looks unique. It looks cool. I like it. Very colorful. And it's got a bunch of other cool stuff too. You guys will hear more about it in the ads reads that I've done, I'm sure. But that's why we're pre-recording these. So, yeah. So anyway, with that said, enough yapping. Let's get right the motherfuck in there to the blog post. So it's an enormous blog post, and then we also have a short gameplay clip. We're actually going to start with this clip here, just to kind of get a little feel for the video game. So
it's
this is a
clip, yeah.
Brand new 5-second clip. So I just have it paused right at the beginning. Okay. And I'm just, oh, you know what? You guys can't see it. Hold on. I opened this in the wrong browser. So give me a second.
Yeah.
And Firefox has to update every single fucking time it opens, yeah. Nothing that runs on electricity is good or works, so just keep that in mind.
I'll say one thing from looking at the start of this, from the intro, the little image I'm looking at here. Number one, oh my God, guys. The Peacekeeper is back. Did you hear this? Did you hear the Peacekeeper is back?
Unfortunately, yeah.
That's huge. The Peacekeeper is back. Okay, but really, the UI and visuals.
Yeah, I've got it up for
looks not like a COD we've seen in a long time. It's very interesting. It honestly kind of looks like a mobile game in the art style, but it's also... It's nice because everything seems bright, which is always good. Bright, seems vibrant, seems extremely futuristic. This it does not... Just from this picture alone, you'd be like, what? This looks like Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare. What is this? It does not... Yeah, or that too.
Yeah.
This does not look anything like BO6, which is a good thing based on that aspect of it. So, yeah.
Neither of us ever played it, but I've seen like clips and video of it. This UI looks exactly like BO3's, I think. It was BO3, ADub, or iDub. One of those three games had like this UI. It was like the same with like the orange hue in the background of like your equipment and stuff. That's really what it looks like. I would assume it's BO3. I don't remember, but I absolutely recall watching a Call of Duty video game that had a UI that if you told me that was that, if you put BO3 in the bottom left corner, I would just believe you. I don't know if it's in Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, or that, but it's, I think, one of those three. They basically copied it, which I'm like fine with. Personally, I actually like BO6's UI better than this so far. I like the sledgehammer-y style like art the best. But I don't really mind too much. Another thing that's bugging the fuck out of me is why are the names censored in the kill feed? What? Is it top secret information that the dev's name is Bob?
It's top secret, man.
What are we doing? I don't have any clue why we censored that. That really bothers me.
I'm going to say this right away, too. In the Patreon episode, you had talked about, you had kind of thought the whole wall jumping shit wasn't going to be impactful at all. You can see just immediately in this first screen grab, the only way over this ledge is probably to wall jump. So if they, which it looks like they're designing most of the maps for that, you're going to actually have to do the wall jumping to play these maps, I think.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It's like, granted, you can go, like you're looking at the mini map here, you can go around to the right and just use the other lane, but the only way over this to look into mid is to do a little wall jump. So you ready to play it, man? You want to just watch this all the way through first?
I agree that's true, but here's the thing. That doesn't make wall jumping impactful, actually. All they did was like add a mechanic and then forced it to be relevant by designing the map this way. Because if there weren't wall jumps in this game, all you do is you put a box right up on that wall and then you just mantle up instead, which was a mechanic we already had. They could have just done that. Like, what does wall jumping add that a box doesn't in this scenario, for example? In my opinion, nothing.
I mean,
other than it looks cooler.
Totally different.
Say again?
I mean, it gives a game a whole different feel, honestly.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
but that's it. Feel. Like, it's not like
that's changing. That's a pretty big aspect, but yeah.
I guess. I mean, it doesn't. I don't know. I don't think it's that.
Yeah.
It bugs me.
I think you'll take that back once we start playing it.
Exactly.
You'll probably think, you'll say, "Oh, never mind. That was fucking stupid of me to say."
We'll see.
But you're a stupid fucks. That happens often, obviously.
That's never happened before, so I'll be surprised if it does. But I mean, yeah, you could be right. But like, for me to think wall jumping is impactful, it would have to like. It would have to add some functionality that you didn't have before. So like wall running, for example, you would be able to do something that you just can't do right now in the game. So for example, again, I've used this a million times. In Warzone, you jump out of a short like a second story building, wall run around to the opposite window. Like, you can't just add boxes to make that possible. That's a whole different thing. That's like actually changing how you play. Wall jumping, I don't know. So far, I'm not seeing it. But yeah, you could be right. We'll see. So let's play the motherfuck out of this clip. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, yeah, there's the wall jump.
A wall jump.
It was pretty fast, by the way.
Yep.
Okay, a sentry turret that you can control yourself. This is a shotgun. A VTOL.
This is very futuristic, by the way.
Yeah, it is. And that's it.
And that's
okay.
it.
Yeah. So you also notice he does like the dive and shoot thing. I don't know. Didn't learn too much from that. The thermal imaging looks good on the VTOL though.
It does. It looks very good.
So if you have like thermal optics and it looks like this, that would be cool. Because that actually looks good. Yeah, I'm not a lover of the UI though. I gotta say it. It does give you like mobile game vibes.
Yeah, I actually honestly like it better than BO6. That's been one of my complaints about BO6 from the start. It's just little things which don't matter, but since we're talking about it, like I don't like the font and stuff of the BO6 UI. I think it all looks really, I don't know, it looks dated and ugly. This at least, it fits the vibe they're going for perfectly, which is futuristic. So it matches that at least. Yeah. But yeah.
It's not the worst thing that's ever happened to me, but yeah, that's some gameplay. And the only thing that really stuck out to me there was that wall jump was fast as fuck, which is good. It was really quick, so that's cool. Like,
and the good thing is aim assist won't be able to track any of that.
Surely. Yeah, surely. All right, so now we're going to get into the blog post, BO7 reveal. And this was posted on the 19th, so 2 days ago. So yeah, BO7 comes out the 14th of November.
Hold on, let's pause.
Okay.
Look at the girl in the main image up top, okay?
Okay, I'm seeing it.
What are our thoughts? You like that hair? I think we've talked about this hairstyle before. You think it fits her well?
Yeah.
You like it?
I think so.
What are those, curtain bangs? Is that what that's called? You have any clue?
Of course I don't have any clue what the fuck curtain bangs are. I know what bangs
are. You also know
what
a wheelbarrow is, so that makes sense.
I'm an expert on wheelbarrows.
Curtain bangs. Let's take a look. That's not curtain bangs at all. Yeah, I'm a real stupid fuck. So
I already knew that. So yeah.
But that's a nice hairstyle. I like it. It's like that cool scene kid hairstyle. I saw a lot of those when I used to go to hardcore shows back in the day, back in my heyday, you know. Okay.
I'll keep that in mind, man. Yeah, looks fun.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Beautiful hair.
Okay. Okay, man. So yeah, whatever. They yap. All right.
A lot.
So let's keep scrolling here. Keep scrolling. Are either of these videos worth watching, you think? We've seen the reveal trailer.
Whoa, Jesus. That reveal trailer is loud. Oh my God. We haven't seen the reveal trailer. I mean, I've never watched it.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's watch it.
Let's do a watch. Let's do a fucking watch. 3, 2, 1, go.
Want you afraid.
They want you
makes
afraid,
it easier
man.
To control.
Okay. Jaren's coming. That was a cool looking highway.
Yeah, is that from the campaign or multiplayer?
Shall once again run red.
Hopefully not multiplayer, yeah.
Raul Menendez ignited global unrest on an unprecedented scale.
Menendez is a
terrorist.
Tower 7. We're bringing peace and security to the world.
He refuses to let me go.
That's the guild.
Stop looking backwards, David. What matters is what we do next.
A lot of people counting on us for answers.
So yeah, for those of you just listening, you probably have already seen this, but it's a classic Call of Duty trailer. It looks cool as fuck. It's all campaign shit though. Not learning much here.
Spectre 1, report. Need a sit rep.
Nicaragua. Visibility looks good in this cutscene.
That was where the leaks do go to
Okay, hold on.
Map.
I'm pausing it.
Oh no, he's been baited.
103.
It's for the campaign only. It's been talked about a million times.
Okay. So this is campaign.
That's campaign.
God forbid they add the fun mechanics of the game. Yeah.
Oh my God,
they're
Los
playing
Angeles.
Master of Puppets. Okay.
Yeah, the whole video's been taken down.
Oh, that's
Hour.
I don't know why they had to edit the music though.
Alaska, that's pretty. That's a pretty map.
I think you're ahead of me now.
Together, man!
So eager to leave, David. Killing the man is a hell of a lot easier than killing the idea.
Oh, there's fucking woods again. Jesus
You were
Christ,
never
man.
cut out to be a Mason.
No more games. This ends now.
That's a gigantic hand. What the fuck was that at the end? A fever dream?
Razinon challenge pack when you pre-order now.
And then they sell you shit. Okay, yeah.
That was like
Yeah.
the worst campaign I've ever seen, and I hope that helps.
You weren't a big fan of that video?
No.
I don't know why Menendez was 1,000 feet tall at the end there. I don't get it.
Was that actually Menendez? Do you know that, or are you just making
I don't
shit
know.
up?
I mean, it looked like it might be him. I don't know.
Oh, I don't. Okay.
Doesn't matter. Oh, was that David Mason? Yeah, whatever. So anyway, that's that. Yeah.
I don't know. I have no clue.
I don't have much to say on that. We saw the grapple hook. It looked dope. And that supposedly will be in some variant of multiplayer, but I guess the big jump won't
Possibly.
be. I will say they're saying like, oh, the super jump isn't going to be in multi or whatever. And I'm sure that's true on launch, but like I've said about Avalon, they coded it into the game, so they could change their minds and add some variant of it later on for like multi or Warzone. And that could be cool and interesting if done well. So there's some hope, but yeah, it won't be at launch evidently. So anyway, that's that. And then there's another video, BO7 Direct.
Not watching that at all. And I hope
Which
that
is
helps.
age restricted, and I am a child, so I can't watch it.
Oh no.
So we're not watching that one, huh? That's what they're saying.
That's like a behind the scenes that we don't care about whatsoever.
Okay, yeah. So we're
It's
not
like how
watching
they
that.
face record the.
Oh yeah, the motion
actors.
capture documentary they love to do.
Couldn't-
Yeah.
Couldn't be a more don't care. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, okay. So moving on from there, co-op campaign full debrief. So yeah, we're not going to get too much into this, honestly. It's the campaign. I still don't really fully understand how it works. Maybe if I read all of this to you guys, I would.
So
but it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah. I mean, usually you would launch the game, you'd open Battle.net, you click Black Ops 7, you'd launch the game. When you get to the main menu, instead of hitting like Warzone, there's a button that says campaign. So then you just click that and then you start playing it. That's how it works. And I hope that helps.
You're a retard.
Stupid fuck.
Talking about the last mission and shit. But like, yeah, it's a co-op campaign. We went over most of the relevant details in that Patreon app where Jod was talking about it. The main confusion I have is how exactly that last mission works, because it's like 32 people on the map. You can lose your progress or something. It's open-ended. I'm not really sure how that's going to work, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, why don't we just read it? Let's just read that section. Co-op campaign, unleashing the end game. Let's just read that. Let's see what it says.
Where is it? Where is
Co-op
this?
campaign, unleashing the end game.
Hold on. Oh, okay. I see it now. All right. Yeah, okay. With a campaign of this scale, Treyarch and Raven are ensuring players are rewarded in fresh, new ways as they explore the campaign narrative. As you push deeper into the story, you'll master new abilities to deploy in the campaign's epic endgame. Everything is randomly capitalized, by the way, so just remember that as you're listening to this. Where they love to do that. Where you'll reach new levels of power to survive overwhelming odds in a brand new replayable cap experience at the culmination of the campaign. Okay, so that told us nothing. Here we go.
There's more, and I hope that helps.
Avalon Endgame. Endgame, the last part of the campaign. And they forgot the word is. A brand new replayable experience where you and your squad will need to survive overwhelming odds, adapt under pressure, and break the rules of what you thought a campaign could be. Each run is a new step in your power journey as you wield the personalized abilities you have unlocked and face unexpected challenges. And here, all of the Avalon opens up. This is your chance to explore the world beyond the mission. Okay. Once you reach endgame, you'll be able to play as any unlocked operator. Yep, that's what I figured. And access the combat, which is an acronym, operating system, to fully realize your ops, power, and effectiveness.
So that's just a weapon class system or a builds. Yeah, okay.
Every operator you take into co-op endgame has their own combat rating that you progress by completing activities, assignments, and defeating enemies. Okay. Okay, so instead of leveling up a gun, you level up Mason and get him to level 10, and then you unlock his like giga grapple hook or some shit, basically, is what that sounds like.
Or like new, skins that are kind of cool specific to that operator. That could actually be interesting if there's some cool skins in there. Like Modern Warfare Zombies, I believe it was. There were some interesting skins that a lot of people grinded for at the launch of that game so they could use it in Warzone. So something like that, would be cool. It's always good. More operator skins.
Yeah. Okay. When your power increases, you can choose new power upgrades or skills that increase your combat rating. Power upgrades increase stats such as health, armor, mobility, and damage. And skills are perk-like upgrades that specialize your operator into tracks built around a defined combat role. So that would be like, CQB, sniping, etc., I imagine. Each choice will allow the player to advance their combat rating, which is a direct reflection of the acquired skills and power. Successfully escape to keep them all with the ultimate goal of reaching combat rating 60. That is 60 player-selected operator upgrades, a deep system of player choice and power unlike anything ever seen in campaign. That's actually pretty dope. I like that. Now, to be clear, this is not going to make me play the campaign more than once regardless.
Because you're just unlocking all this stuff to keep replaying the same...
One mission, right. Or one map, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing is like...
That's, okay.
They should... Because it sounds like you don't unlock this combat operating system where you start customizing your guy until you reach the last mission. And really what it should be is you unlock that right away and you can start unlocking some stuff. And then you can like continue upgrading or whatever in the last mission. Maybe that's how it works and this is written poorly. Many such cases. But in either case, yeah, I see what they're going for. And this is better than a bog standard campaign, sure. But it's also an opportunity cost. They could have spent all this time developing the game modes people actually play more than once. Like multiplayer zombies or Warzone. So that's kind of a yikes. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. It sounds cool, but yeah, I mean, that's just the thing is like nothing they do is going to make me play a COD campaign more than once. Because they're trying to do like all this RPG shit, which is really cool. I like RPGs a lot. But I like RPG mechanics in RPG games, and this just isn't that and never will be. Like, we're not going to get a Red Dead Redemption 2 level of RPG in a Call of Duty fucking campaign. So if that's a given, which of course it is, at that point, don't expend all of this time and resources into making it more RPG-like. If you can't go all the way, which you of course can't and shouldn't. It's not the type of game this is. So my only issue with this really is that it's an opportunity cost where they again could have spent this time doing multiplayer more or anything,
The other thing is too, is this sounds interesting. Just why is this not just a separate mode from campaign? Why does it even make you play and beat the campaign in order to do this? Just have it as another thing you can click on the menu, like some sort of open, I don't know, call it like your own version of DMZ. Name it something different and let players just grind and play for it whenever they want. Because
exactly,
truly, this will hold back thousands and thousands of people from ever playing this because they don't want to play the campaign first. And they also might not know this exists. How do they market this and show that this exists to casual players who buy the game? How would they ever know this exists if it's not somebody that they play the campaign? They might really like this mode, but it's locked behind beating the campaign. None of it makes sense to me. So yeah, we'll
it
see
only
how they do
applies
this.
to the campaign though.
I know, but what I'm saying is they could have the same dumb story missions and just have it a separate mode.
I agree. Yeah, I think
because you're just going to go in and do
DMZ
little missions anyways, right? So I don't know. I have a feeling though this will not be replayable whatsoever.
Yeah, of course, because it's a fucking Call of Duty campaign. Like, yeah, no one plays Call of Duty for the campaign. That might have been true in literally COD 1 through 3. I mean, Call of Duty 1, the original one, in 2002 or whatever it was, through 3, like before the first Modern Warfare game ever. Maybe some people bought COD just for the campaign back then, and that's a big maybe. It's been literal decades since anyone's bought COD to play the fucking campaign. There doesn't exist one consumer who's done that ever. So why are we wasting all this time making it whatever, customizable and shit? You're right. This is a really cool system. If they had done literally exactly this for DMZ, that would have made DMZ so much better. So they should have just done it for that. Yeah, or something like it. And maybe they will, to be fair. That is the silver lining and upside, is like if there is going to be some DMZ2, like which there have been rumors about, and they employ this system along with other innovations, then we're cooking. And then this wasn't total wasted time, because it isn't a system that was designed solely for the campaign. Then we're cooking. Yeah. But we don't know that. I mean, there's no reason to think that really yet. So I guess we'll see, but it sounds cool. It's just like wasted on the campaign. That's the problem. So as far as we know, anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah. In endgame, campaign loadouts and operator selection become available. So it's exactly what you thought. You can't customize your loadout until this endgame part, allowing you to bring in unlocked abilities from the campaign along with any weapons you want. And you keep equipment and weapons you've successfully escaped with in a special field acquisition section of your loadout.
Yeah,
your squad goes down. You're back to square one, including your combat rating. Oh, DOA. That's what they meant by you lose progress. So cool. I got my character to level 55, and then I disconnected from your fuck ass shit server, died, and now it's all gone. And that was like what I was grinding for. I'm done. I'm never playing again. That's going to be so many people's experience. I guarantee
but
it.
I wonder how long
really
does it take to reach combat rating 60? Because if just dying once resets your combat rating, then two things. One, that'll either make people really upset and mad, like you're saying, from game crashes, stuff like that happening. Or two, if it's that easy to reach combat rating 60,
it won't matter.
Which I would think it would be. Then where's the replayability? This is a fuck ass mode, and it's so DOA. Yeah, that's a fuck ass mode.
This is
Jesus Christ. So
the campaign
we're done
is
reading
pre-dead.
about it. We're moving on to multiplayer.
It's pre-dead. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, the only way I care about any of that is if it comes to a mode outside of the fucking campaign. Because replaying Avalon PvE is just not it. Like, well, everyone loves casual Warzone though. So
it's gonna do so well. Yeah, you're right.
Maybe it's gonna be the most popular game mode in the entire. Imagine the most players are on campaign for the first time ever. I could see it. Fuck, could I see it? So you guys love playing bots, and fuck you. So anyway, in Call of Duty. Multiplayer, a massive offering. All right, so now we're getting into multi, obviously. Let's see what we got here. BO7 fucking explodes out of the gate with 16 electrifying 6v6 maps and 2 20v20 maps at launch. Okay. Near future weaponry and live wire loadouts. Okay.
Wow.
Here we go.
Oh my God, those weapons do look near future.
Yeah, so we see a little GIF here with some of the near future weapons, and they look nearly futuristic. Expect in-world tech improvements to all the weapons available across multiplayer. and therefore available in co-op campaign and zombies, with 30 new weps at launch, including 16 that players will see in a Call of Duty for the very first time.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So 14 old guns and then 16 brand new ones. That seems like a lot of brand new guns. And I say brand new, guns of different names than they've used before. Because they're going to be guns that shoot bullets fully automatically for the most part.
Interesting.
So yeah, I just never care about like, oh, the fucking mutants getting added. It doesn't matter. It's a AR. Whatever. And then weapon prestige is coming back as well. We talked about this a lot on Patreon with Jod's video. It's really cool. I really like how the weapon prestige system sounds from this. Better than weapon prestige has ever been. Like, I really liked it in BO4. This system sounds like it's going to be even better. So that's really fucking cool. That's awesome. But yeah, we're not really going to say anything about it here because we already did on Patreon. Let's see.
Shared weapon build. So the way this is going to work, by the way, guys, when you build a gun, it's going to give that gun a code. It could be 1765. That's your code, right? So then you could just tell your friend,
longer than that,
or you can just tweet it. You can say, here's the gun code to use these attachments, and then you just input that code and it'll build your gun that way, assuming you have all the same loadouts. And that number will be shared when those attachments exist, obviously. So it's like nobody's going to have like their own unique code. So Warzone loadout, like they tweeted, like, this is going to be really nice for us because we can just put the code to make it quick in our app and on our website, and all you guys need to do is go to your create a class and just enter that code, and you build it that way. And then you'll probably see stuff like, here's for a level 15 Peacekeeper build, here's for a max level Peacekeeper build, use this code. So it'll be kind of cool. It's a nice little feature to have.
It's a good quality of life feature we should have had forever ago. Yeah, and we talked about that as well. One thing I just thought of, actually, how helpful is that if you're on console? Like, how easily can you like copy text from Twitter? Because you gotta think the build codes are gonna be fucking 8 digits.
No fucking way, so. Right? No.
Well, 30 weapons is gonna be 30 different digit combos. So it could be like 1 through 9 and then A through Z. So it's actually just gonna be one character probably. And then the attachments, it's gonna be a lot. It'll be like 6 digits. That's actually not that bad though. You could type that in on a console. Yeah. But like the build codes I've seen from like ABI are long. They're long codes. But ABI's on PC, so you can just copy paste easily. So I don't know. It doesn't matter though. Whatever.
I feel like it'll be like 4 to 6. Probably 6, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. So yeah, that will be cool. Anyway, let's see. So a variety of exciting new perks. Weapon attachments, equipment, field upgrades, and score streaks. So the only thing that's going to matter there is perks and equipment. Not even equipment, actually. Perks and field upgrades, really. Because like new weapon attachments isn't going to really be that crazy, I can't imagine. And same with equipment. Like they're not, it's going to be grenades and like stims. It's not that crazy. So anyway, let's see. Overclocking your equipment. Okay. For the first time in Blops, score streaks, field upgrades, and equipment can be upgraded using the brand new Overclock system. Meaning more than just your weapons will grow more versatile the more you use them. Every successful use of your streaks, field upgrade, and equipment becomes a step toward unlocking their full potential as you enhance your arsenal over time, earning gameplay improvements and enhanced functionality. So yeah, you can think of this like the augment system in zombies. You know, you use Juggernaut, 100 times or whatever, and then you unlock, the major and minor augments for it, and then you can pick between them what you want. But you'll only be able to pick one of 2. And I'm sure it'll get into this. This is part of an overarching goal of deep progression for gameplay content, but without needless or confusing complexity. The overclock system puts even more agency and power into the hands of the player, allowing for more customization. Let's look at a few examples. Okay, so I agree with that, by the way. Yeah, this is deeper and more complex. Let's just get all the details before we give you guys our take on this. So here's an example of the overclock shit. for the cluster grenade, which is a lethal equipment. So again, this is going to be for equipment, field upgrades, and score streaks. So it's lethal and tactical. So lethal, cluster grenade is a lethal that scatters a group of smaller explosives when the main projectile detonates. Overclock it, and you're awarded with the following upgrades. The first overclock is a controllable fuse. Adds the ability to cook the fuse over time. So you can cook your cluster grenade. Or you can get tighter packing, which adds an additional mini grenade to the projectile. And once you've used this enough, you'll be able to pick one of those two, and you'll still be able to overclock your tactical and all three of your score streaks and your field upgrade. So you always get to have an overclock in every slot of those 6, but you can only pick one of two. Okay, next one is field upgrade. Let's do another example. For the drone pod. The drone pod does this. Deploys to the skies, expelling autonomous aerial drones which seek out enemies. Okay, what? Hold on.
But it's a field upgrade?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
Hey,
does it actually... I don't think it kills... Maybe it doesn't actually kill people. Maybe it just like marks them or something, but still it's a field upgrade.
No.
I don't know.
The first overclock rapidly increases the speed at which the drones are launched. And the second one leaves a minimap icon at each drone's detonation point. So this is a field upgrade where I press a button and then shit just goes and blows up on people automatically. Without an overclock, it does that. And then with an overclock, it'll also mark me on the map. Or they'll just get deployed even faster. I didn't know this field upgrade existed. This is not a commentary on the overclock system. This is a commentary on the field upgrade itself. Why the fuck does this exist?
Yeah, the overclocks don't even sound that good. It just sounds like this should not be a field upgrade. But
why? This is going to be extremely fucking annoying. And also another question, how long is the default health regen timer in this game? If it's 20 minutes, like it has been lately in a lot of COD games, boy, am I going to be bothered as motherfuck when I kill 3 guys, I'm 1 HP, quick fix isn't in the game and or doesn't work yet, so I'm sitting in a corner jerking my cock like an asshole, waiting for my health to regen because the timer's too long, and then Tom, Dick, and Harry on the other team pressed their gay drone pod field upgrade that they didn't have to earn, that you get for free, and one of them randomly comes and finds me and explodes. Say it doesn't do that much damage. Cool. Now I have to wait another 20 minutes. The timer's been reset for me to get health regen. And it's more sound pollution. And it's more visual pollution. Why the fuck is this a field upgrade at all? What does this add to the game? There's no skill. You press a button and it automatically blows people up. Why would you ever use any other field upgrade than this? Once again, the case of it's either going to be so dog shit that it's not worth using because it does 1 HP of damage when it detonates, in which case we wasted our time coding it. Great job. Or option 2, it's going to be good enough to where every single fucking person uses it, and it's going to sound like a constant minefield going off every multiplayer game. I hate the devs a lot. Why is this in the game? There's no way this is good for the game. Yeah, really awful, terrible fucking news. God damn it.
Yeah.
This is a terrible sign.
I'm trying to see if something like this existed in another game and how it worked, but no, doesn't look like it.
I doubt it. There have been things like this that are fucking kill streaks. Fine. That's great. The little paper airplane that you shoot it in the air and then it like bombs someone. It was like a cheap kill streak that wasn't very good. But you had to earn it at least. I'm not getting fucking run over by it constantly. But like a field upgrade, if this were in any other COD game I've ever played, I would obviously pick this instead in multiplayer. Yeah. There's no way a deployable cover is better, or a tac insert, or a fucking muni box, unless the ammo situation's a disaster, which maybe it is. But like, this is just free damage on enemies and a free info on them too if it leaves a minimap icon on them. Yeah, this is a fucking nightmare. Yeah. Why? Yeah, this bothers me a lot. Holy shit.
Yeah, you're bugged. You're pre-bugged.
I'm pre-bugged as fuck, yeah. Because I don't understand what this possibly adds to the video game experience other than just being annoying. Best case scenario, this is annoying.
Yeah, like,
I don't get it.
Best case, it doesn't do enough damage to ever kill anybody anyways, unless they're one shot. But yeah, I don't know.
Really terrible news. So anyway, yeah, so this is a section on the overclock thing, but I just had to take that detour. Yeah, so yeah, that's just terrible stuff.
Oh my god, that's a Rhino, dude. You seeing this?
So anyway, those are field upgrades
too.
So next is another overclock example. This is for score streaks for the Rhino. The Rhino is a Mantis, basically, a remote-controlled armored robotic soldier equipped with a burst rifle. Increase this potential still further with the following overclocks. So the
I wonder
first
if
one
this
is the
could be
power
automatic,
module.
by the way, or if this is only
only manual control. That's a good question.
because it says
because the Mantis you could do
remotely
either.
controlled.
Yeah.
Robotic soldier equipped. Yeah, I don't know.
The Mantis from BO4, you could do either. You could manually control it, or you could just let it auto do it.
Yeah.
If this can't be automatically controlled, I'll never use it. But anyway, so the first overclock extends the runtime, so it lasts longer. Second one reveals nearby enemy locations on the Rhino's minimap, enhances both radar length and duration. Okay, so the Rhino gets like a separate mini-map for when you're controlling it. I guess that makes sense. That implies to me you can't do it automatically, because then that overclock is useless. So it probably is manual control.
So I actually read that second one as it is automatic. It's basically saying it tells the Rhino where enemies are, and then it enhances the radar length and duration. I don't know. Yeah, never mind. I don't know.
Yeah. Doesn't really
I
matter,
agree, though. If it's not automatic, I would never use something like this, because then you're just having to sit in a corner and you're going to die while controlling some robot. You want to be able to run around the map and shoot people while your score streak is also doing something.
I agree, yeah. Especially early on when you're like trying to level guns and stuff. And it's just more fun. So, yeah. But those overclocks sound fine for that streak. That makes sense. Another score streak example, the Dog, which is a deployable armored weaponized ground craft, a quadrupedal score streak featuring a large caliber turret and rocket pod. So this also sounds like a Mantis, just with a different skin. So that's interesting. First overclock is a large battery enhances the active duration, so it lasts longer. Yep, that makes perfect sense for this type of thing. And the second one is sentry mode, which allows it to hunker down, guarding an area and deploying a supply pack and integrated trophy system.
That seems
this
pretty busted.
This is an example of cool overclocks.
That's going to be busted OP, the sentry mode, man.
Yeah, it sounds good. It sounds like exactly what an overclock should be. It makes it better, but it also kind of specializes it, so it hinders it a little bit in some way. It can't move. Yeah. But yeah, like an integrated trophy is a deployable supply pack. Who gives a fuck? But an integrated trophy system, if you're playing like, I don't know, hardpoint, and you're on the next point, and you just earned this, put this bitch down in sentry mode. That's gonna go nuts. Yeah. But that sounds really good. Why don't you hate it? Because it's a score streak. You have to earn it. Score streaks should be pretty good. You earned them by doing well. So yeah, if this is good, cool. Maybe you have to change the price of it a little bit, but that sounds dope. So both of those sound good. That's cool. And that's it for the overclock section. So overclocking. My thoughts are, I like so setting aside that the drone pod shouldn't exist, that doesn't have anything to do with the overclocking thing. I like the idea of I like what they're going for, because they're saying like, we want to give you even more customization and like tailoring to your like play style or whatever. And so we're going to give you one of two upgrades to each of these slots. so that it's like, you know, different. And you can only pick one of two. That's cool. I like this. I like this in concept. The problem I'm anticipating is that we really don't need to make lethals and tacticals specifically better. Because you're guaranteed a lethal, you're guaranteed a tactical. If you play Shipment in any game that guarantees lethals and tacticals, there is already too much lethal and tactical spam. And now everyone's lethal and tactical is just going to be better for free in a game where there's already going to be a problem with nade spam. So now it's going to be giga nade spam. And like, we don't need that. Like, I get what they're going for, but we don't need it at all. Like, what is an overclocked stun grenade gonna look like, for example?
That's the thing. I'm most worried about tacticals and lethals for this overclock system.
Yeah. And what is an overclocked flash grenade gonna look like?
Yeah.
What is an overclocked...
Like, are they gonna last longer,
thermite?
be stronger?
Exactly.
It's gonna be one of those two things for some of them.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
Probably more annoying than we're even imagining they would be.
I can't imagine that one of the stun grenade overclocks is not going to be increased duration. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Like, do we need stuns to be better than they are? I don't think so. Or they're going to make the default stun worse than it is now. And then you take an overclock to make it like normal. In which case, why are we adding the system at all? Just have it act normally.
Yeah, it gives people the feel of more customization, but it's just because they nerfed all the tacticals, lethal score streaks by default, so they could add in the system. Then at that point, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But my only hope is that there's a chance these take a long time to grind for. Probably not, but maybe these will take so many hours of used to level up to get the second overclock that by the time I'm done playing multiplayer, which will be like 7 days after launch, nobody will have unlocked any of them anyways, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yep. But in that case, you're going to have to play a lot on launch. You're not going to be able to come late to the party because then everyone's going to have their upgrades and you won't. Yeah.
Oh, no, my upgrade. Dang, I can't
So I will say, though, to be fair, like for this cluster grenade, neither of these overclocks specifically sound that crazy to me, honestly. Like one additional mini grenade. I mean, how many does it come with by default? A cluster grenade. I'd assume it comes with 3 by default, so then you get a 4th. Like, okay. I'm probably dead either way in 90% of scenarios. So like an extra mini grenade is not usually going to really make the difference, I don't think. So like whatever. And then cooking a cluster grenade, I mean, that sounds pretty good.
That actually sounds really good, yeah.
But, like, I'm not dying that often to people cooking any nade on me anyway, so that doesn't make it, like, really disgusting, to be fair. So, you know, if they're all kind of shit like that, then this isn't the end of the world. And again, I like the concept. And I do like it a lot for field upgrades and score streaks. I think it's a cool system. So we'll just have to wait and see specifically what stuns, frags, and flashes and all those are going to do. And what I'm most interested in is what are the stim shot overclocks going to be? Because I think those are going to be good, potentially. Here's my guess. One of them does faster health regen. The other one gives you a speed boost. That would be my guess for what the 2 overclocks for a stim will be. So basically 2 functionalities it's already had, they're going to take them away by default and you get to pick one of them. That's my guess. So if that's how they do those, then whatever. Anyway, perks and the hybrid combat specialties. We talked about this as well in the Jawed video, the hybrid combat specialties, namely. And basically, in BO6, if you pick 3 red perks, you get a red combat specialty, which, like, you get faster health regen after a kill and some other things like that. But if you pick, like, 2 red perks and a blue perk, you get dick all. So it was really trying to incentivize you to go monocolor or to take perk greed so you could take 3 of one color and then a 4th of a different one so that you can get that combat specialty, which is cool because it's like trade-offs. You're like, man, this 3rd red perk's kind of shit, but I'd rather run the blue perk in the 3rd slot, but I'd rather have the red combat specialty than the effect of the 3rd blue perk. So I'm going to run the red after all. There's like trade-offs there. I think it's a pretty cool system, but you're also missing out a lot if you really don't want to do that. So now they've added these hybrid ones where if you're red and blue or red and green or green and blue, you also get a hybrid different combat specialty. And what JGod was saying, which makes perfect sense, is that the hybrid specialties, you get something, but none of them are as good as the monocolor specialties. So you still get, there is still an incentive to go all one color, but if you don't do that, you're still getting something out of it, so you don't feel as pigeonholed. The only thing you won't be able to do is go one of each color, I don't think, because then you don't get any combat specialty. That's what I'm thinking this implies. I'm not positive, but it's unlikely you'd want to do that anyway. So I think that's fine. And I think this is pretty cool. They don't say really anything on it though. Next level Omni movement and adjusting tack sprint. Okay. So yeah, execute swift wall jumps to evade or outstyle your pursuers while increasing your traversal capabilities and mantle high ledges for tactical advantages. Okay. So yeah, we've talked a lot about this, but wall jump is the evolution in Omni movement. There's no wall running. You can just jump off of a wall to like get yourself higher or on a ledge or something, like in that clip we went over at the outset here. I am not convinced this is going to matter at all, but it's possible it will. It's an extra movement mechanic though, so I'm not like sad to see it. I think it's overall good regardless, probably, but I just don't think it's going to be very impactful at all. And I think the only way in which it will be that impactful is because they've designed the maps to allow you to do this. But again, I think they could have just added boxes and accomplished the same thing. So like, I don't think it's really going to matter that much, but maybe it will, whatever. It's not the end of the world though. It's not like a negative, I don't think.
Yeah.
So that's the evolution in Omni movement there. And in Skirmish, the 20v20 mode, you can drop into action with combat rolls from steep falls to reduce fall damage. That's really interesting. I have not heard of this at all until right now. I don't know why they're only allowing this in the Skirmish mode. Let me do this in 6s also, unless there's no high ledges in 6s, I guess. But I also wonder if this will come to Warzone. I'm actually also not sure I like this. I think I do. But basically, like, you know, let's say they bring this to Warzone, and then you can jump off of the roof of prison without Mountaineer if you hit a roll. That's pretty cool. There's a downside to jumping from a really high ledge and not parachuting, which is that you'll take some fall damage and you'll be stuck in a roll animation. But the upside is you get on the ground faster. I think that's pretty cool. I like that. And you don't have to like sack a perk slot to be able to jump from a ledge by taking Mountaineer, for example. Because obviously this is coming to Warzone, right? So I think that's pretty cool. I think I like it.
What are we talking about? I can't find where you're at. The wingsuit?
And in Skirmish, drop into action with combat rolls from steep falls to reduce fall damage. It's right above the 16 signature multiplayer maps. It's 2 paragraphs above that header. What are your thoughts, man?
I don't know. I was gone when you were talking about the other stuff, so I don't even know what any of that means. I'm trying to read it. I don't get why it's
F
different
and
for that
in
mode.
Skirmish.
No, I see that, but I'm saying I don't even know what it's talking about with the. Why I don't know. I don't get it.
What are you confused
Whatever.
about, man?
Anyways, because I didn't hear any of the other stuff you were talking about, so I don't even know what you're talking about with the movement or whatever. Trekker's also taking a look at feedback.
I think that's all they said about it. They're like, they said this is the evolution in Omni movement is the wall jump thing, and also in the 20v20 mode, you can combat roll from a steep fall to reduce fall damage. That's all they're saying. That's it.
Why? Where is it saying 20v20 mode?
Skirmish is
Do
the
we have
name
different
of the 20v20
blog posts
mode.
again? Oh, okay. That's what I was. That's what I was confused about. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would it only be there? Well, I guess it's because the map's bigger and it's okay. All right. Whatever. Yeah. I mean, okay. That's cool. I guess reducing fall damage in that way. That's cool.
I think it's, I mean, for multi, whatever, but like I was saying, for Warzone, I think this actually can be really cool. Because again, you can drop from somewhere high. There's a downside to it, but there's also an upside and a reason to do it. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Treyarch's also taken a close as motherfuck look at feedback. Okay, well, hold on. No, they haven't. And has made tuning adjustments across the board for a more controlled experience, including the removal, of tack sprint as a default movement option. Instead, expect this ability to be granted through an optional perk in multiplayer. So Tanner and I also talked about this. This is a good thing. And also, if I can just take out a melee weapon, which I can, in multiplayer to tack sprint, I will never, ever sack a perk slot to be able to make my sprint to fire speed slower. Hope that helps.
Yep.
Why would anyone do that? Retarded. But there you go, I guess. Overall, a W, though. Because if people want to waste their slot on that, that's great news for me. I'll just, and I just won't use it. If I want to attack sprint unlimitedly, I'll just switch to my melee weapon. So
I saw somebody on Twitter make a good point. They were talking, I think it was JGod maybe, but he said something about, it's cool specialist bonus is back, but now if you get specialist, then that means like you're forced into then having tack sprint again, because that's a perk. I was like, oh my God, I did not think about that.
Well, unless you turn off auto tack. Well, is auto tack going to be an option then? Yeah, that's weird. That's a good point. I don't think that'll matter too much, but you're right. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I did not think about that.
Yeah.
So,
but anyways,
if Jod tweeted about it, they might actually address that in some capacity.
It might be something they just completely overlooked. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
because during the playtest, nobody's ever able to get specialists, so like they don't have a clue.
Yeah, because none of them are good that get invited. Yeah. Okay, so next is 16 signature multiplayer maps. We're not going to talk too much about this, but I do want to play this little 20-second GIF here just to take a look at some of them. Visibility looks pretty fucking good. Obviously, this isn't like representative of the game, but there's Raid. Okay, man. Everyone loves Raid.
Raid looks good, though. This version of Raid visually looks excellent.
Yeah, it looks...
All of these maps look excellent. The lighting looks good. Visibility looks good.
Yeah.
The map design from what we see looks good. They're not just cluttered with junk, which I like a lot. They're kind of just empty.
Yeah.
Which I'm a fan of. So
yeah. So that's cool.
And I exit out of that video and it takes me back to the top of the blog post. Yeah.
Shit on badly.
It's such a shit website. Anyways.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks cool. From the futuristic Tokyo vistas to the frozen, unforgiving wilds of Alaska.
Yeah.
Every environ is brimming with danger and opportunity. And many are deeply connected to the narrative. Yeah. So, okay. So they write some words about it. Showing us some pictures here. This first picture is a map. So this very first picture, I don't think this is going to be a good map at all. I kind of hate this room a lot.
Looks like a basic mid on a map. Pretty bog standard. There's a couple openings there. There's one little area up high on that side. Looks pretty normal.
Yeah, I mean, there's
It
some
looks
cover.
nice and clean again. It's not cluttered with shit.
It
which
does
I like.
look very uncluttered, which is a good sign. That's a good point. Yes. Yeah. And by the way, just looking at this, I'm not seeing any wall jump scenarios in this screenshot here.
Yeah, not from that screenshot.
So, anyway. Next here is Raid, the middle of Raid. It does look very pretty, which is cool. But Raid is the most overrated map in Call of Duty history, so just keep that in mind. Mid map, not terrible, but not good at all. This next one, this was in the GIF. This is cool, dude. This has got to be Alaska, right? The Aurora Borealis as fuck.
That's Alaska.
Yeah. Visibility looks bad, though. I will say that. Now, hard to say, because I don't know. There's no character models, so maybe the visibility will be fine. But if the character models are not very visible, this map will suck because the visibility will be bad if the character models are not well done. As far as the layout of it looks, though, it looks really good. Reminds me of some of the like World War II maps, actually, from COD World War II.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Layout looks like it could be pretty good.
Looks like an Alaskan forest in a cabin. Yeah, I like it.
And once again, no wall jump opportunities in that screenshot. And that's it for the screenshots. Okay, so next is Skirmish. Large scale combat redefined, with some of the words capitalized randomly, but not all of them. So that's good. In addition to the 16 sixes maps, BO7 launches with two 20v20 maps. These are objective focused, where two teams clash across expansive environments. What sets Skirmish apart compared to sixes is not just its size, but the addition of the wingsuit to multiplayer. Okay. This gliding gear allows you to soar across terrain with fast, controlled aerial movement and completely shifts how you approach combat and objectives. With extra verticality and mobility, squads have the option to capture a zone, then launch across the map to contest the next, creating fast, fluid, and unpredictable momentum.
How would they launch across, though?
From
or something?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a creative word choice or if there will be, catapults. I don't know.
Jump off of a roof and use your wingsuit.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. Expect more info, including the vehicles, DOA, and the introduction of the legendary grappling hook to the mode. Okay. So they don't give us really many details at all, but it's going to be objective focused. I'm assuming this means you queue for it and you get like either Dom or like I don't know what the battlefield equivalent's called, but it's where breakthrough maybe. You're both fighting over 1 point. Whoever wins it gets to advance and the other side's forced to retreat. And you're just trying to like push each other back.
There's Conquest, there's Rush, there's Breakthrough. It's probably, I think you're describing Breakthrough.
Okay.
By the way, let's watch the little video that it has for this.
Okay, well, I have to tell it my birthday, so.
Yeah, I don't know why some of the videos you do and others you don't. I don't get it, but I had to do the same thing. It's a cool little clip, though. Really cool.
Okay, I'm looking at it. Oh, yeah, that's a wingsuit. Okay, the map looks pretty dope. We're seeing active camo, excellent. By the way.
We saw active camo, yep.
And it looks pretty strong, man. This guy's got the overclock where he doesn't come out of it when he shoots, clearly. Because he shoots and he's still invisible completely. And then shoots again. Yep. So... And yeah, that's the thing with active camo. Yeah. In sixes, I don't think it's going to be very good. But in 20v20, lots of people around, you're going to miss this guy. Yeah. So that's a little too fucking strong for me. But the map looks cool. You see a rappel here. That's dope.
Yeah. Numerous rappels. Yeah, there are horizontal rappels. There's a vertical rappel. This actually just upsets me because this map looks really cool after seeing this. And if we're really just stuck on Verdant still, that's extremely upsetting. Because this shit looks dope. Yeah, the map looks really cool.
Yeah, it does. It does look cool. Yeah. So this looks promising. This sounds like easily it's going to be the most fun mode in multiplayer, by the way. Grappling hooks also is going to be dope. I'm very curious what exactly will entail. Is it going to be a field upgrade, or is it going to be just something everyone gets in this mode? And then they talk a lot about this wingsuit here. I am entirely unconvinced it's anything other than a reskinned parachute, which is fine. It's cool, but it's not like I'm not sure this is actually mechanically different at all. I'm watching this guy in this clip. He looks like he's paragliding or whatever, wingsuiting at exactly the same speed I could just parachute right now. Just like a different skin, which is fine, to be clear. If anything, it's actually more realistic than a parachute, because you can't carry 8 parachutes, so you can just constantly cut it and then reopen it. But you can maybe just open and close your wingsuit or something. So it's more realistic in that sense. So that's cool. Although also, if this comes to Warzone and it functions exactly the same as a parachute, it's still going to be worse than a parachute, because you will be harder to see. Parachutes are pretty big and a lot easier to see than just some guy on a wingsuit. Now, obviously, they're going to add the contrails and shit like they still have, so maybe it's not an issue, but that could be the only downside. But maybe it will be mechanically different. I don't think so, though. I think it's just a reskin parachute, so yeah.
Well, really? I think it's gonna, no, it'll behave differently, you would think.
Well, look at the clip. Does it look any different to you than a parachute?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, he goes up in the clip, which is one thing. He kind of starts going up slightly, angles up.
Does he?
Levels out. Towards the end of it, yeah, he like kind of levels out more. I mean, it's definitely going to perform different, because they're two totally different things from each other. It's not like they're going to have it perform exactly the same. I
am entirely unconvinced. Maybe. I mean, I hope you're right, because it would be cool to get like another new mechanic, but it does not.
I mean, you would end up hating it completely, because you could jump off of a roof, go really fast probably, then start going up. Have you ever used the wingsuit in Battlefield 2042 by chance?
No.
Because that's what I'm picturing. So you haven't used that, so I don't think you're thinking the same thing I am. You just you gain a ton of speed and you basically just fly across the map flat. And I feel like that's how this would end up being. And it would just be entirely different from a parachute.
I hope so, because that's cool.
No, you wouldn't hope so. You would hate it. Trust me, because then people will just fucking land on you out of nowhere without making any sound at all. You would hate it a lot. No,
interesting.
Fuck no. Okay. Like you were just saying, it's going to be harder to target to spot. And like a parachute, you're also just falling to the ground as you do it. But if they make a wingsuit work like how they kind of actually work, you can also go up with it. So, no, this would be horrific if it came to Warzone for you specifically.
Okay. If it works like that, then maybe so. Yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see, exactly.
But also, it doesn't matter, because nothing's changing in Warzone, and you're going to be on Verdansk still. I hope that helps.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably true.
Imagine jumping off of the tallest building in downtown to the Overlook. What's it called? The Overlook? With a wingsuit, man.
Overlook,
would you do that?
Yeah.
Would you do that, or would you be too scared?
In real life?
No, in game.
In game?
Scared,
I was going to say in real life, yes. I wouldn't wingsuit off a 2-story building in real life.
No.
Which is to say I wouldn't fucking do it at all, obviously, of course. But yeah, anyway. And then the rest of the blog post is Zoms, which we will cover on Saturday. So we actually got through more than I thought we would. There's still zombies, and then there's still some other stuff too. Global systems and progression as well. So some more on the interconnectedness, the weapon builds and sharing, the prestige update, some more details on that, and then a couple other little things. That's going to be what we cover on Saturday. So this is a big blog post. And we did learn some stuff here. And I'll say, now that we've covered Jod's video, and by the way, I can now confirm, there is absolutely more info in the JGod video that we covered on Patreon than what's in this blog post. So we've talked about more things we know about BO7 than are talked about in this blog. So go listen to that if you want kind of all the pre-release details we have so far. And then we'll go through the rest of this on Saturday. But so far, based on this, yeah, kind of like I said on Patreon, actually, this isn't going to be super revolutionary of a game in the same way like BO6 was with Omni Movement. Nothing we're getting this year is going to be as transformative as Omni Movement was. And that's okay. In fact, that's a good thing. As far as like core game mechanics right now, and I don't mean the cheaters, and I don't mean the servers, and I don't mean the lack of updates, and I don't mean the maps. I'm talking how the game functions mechanically. You know, Omni Movement, zip lines, rappels, parachutes, vehicles, shit like that. The game works. Like, it functions fine. I could go for some faster stance transition speeds, but like mechanically the game's pretty good right now. It's just a bunch of other things is why I'm bored with it. So we don't need to revolutionize it. So I don't want a revolution. And all of the improvements and innovations we're getting this year sound like enough. It sounds like enough to be fun and engaging for another year without totally fucking reinventing the wheel and risking ruining the entire game. Again, like they did with MW2/Warzone 2. They tried to revolutionize not one wheel, but all four at the same time. And it set the franchise back forever, literally, to this day. And I don't ever want to see that again.
Yeah.
So with BO6, they did one singular wheel revolution, and it worked out. Omni Movement's cool. Some people don't like it, but it's not the end of the world like Warzone 2 was, you know? And if it had been, they would have only had to revert one thing, not 8 at the same time like they did with Warzone 2. So good. No revolutionary shit, just some cool innovations and improvements that by and large sound quite good. Obviously, I'm still really bugged that the fucking drone pod exists as a field upgrade. Remove it. There are obviously still a lot we don't know. Active camo sounds pretty cringe, for example. And obviously we haven't played the game. So like, how is the hit reg? How are the servers? How is the time to kill? How's the visibility? How is the audio? Is dead silence going to be a perk again? Or is it going to be a field upgrade? Who knows? Like, we don't know all of these things yet. What are the wild cards? Like, there's still a ton of shit we don't know. And like we always say, there can't be a final verdict, even if we got all the information until we play the fucking game ourselves. So with that said, at a preliminary glance, based on what we know now, this sounds good and fun if they can execute.
Correct.
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. The maps look really cool. That made me quite a bit more excited because that's another huge thing I don't like about BO6. The maps are all ass and they look bad. These look more like old school COD maps where they're basic, easy to see people, not stuff everywhere. So I am excited for those. I do like kind of like the HUD improvements or changes they've made with it. I don't know. I actually almost like the vibe of everything a little bit more, like the look, the futuristic feel. I'm usually not into this, but for some reason, like seeing little clips of it, to me, looks more interesting than BO6 by a lot. So I think it'll be cool. And then, you know, some of these maps too, like the one other gameplay clip that it showed in this blog post of the guy like jumping off the wall. Like, there are definitely going to be maps where you have to utilize that movement and it'll be cool. Yeah. So that's dope. And then, yeah, I mean, pretty much the same stuff you said where it's like, it all sounds good, but if it's going to just feel similar to BO6, then it's a dead game. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah, of course.
Let me find, I think it was Bob Network. I like the tweet. Okay, yeah, this is kind of how I feel. He said, my thoughts on BO7. Setting looks cool. Guns look cool. And then he says, gameplay will probably still suck. BO 6.5. That's unfortunately kind of how I feel. Yeah.
Yeah. which is entirely
That's what it's gonna
possible.
all come down to. It's gonna feel exactly how BO6 feels, and it's gonna feel bad when you get shot. It's gonna feel bad shooting people. It's gonna feel bad dying around corners. The movement's gonna feel clunky, even though Omni movement exists. Hoping it doesn't, because everything looks cool. At this point, I think it looks better than BO6 looked at this exact time, but it's hard to say.
I agree, actually, because I remember even in the blogs for BO6, when we saw like some of the maps, they did not look good. Like they looked bad, you know? Like I remember they showed off that one map that I fucking hate, actually. It has like the video store, and across the street it has the, I don't know what it is, a burger spot or something. I forget the name of the map, but that map fucking blows cock, dude. It's so bad. And so many of the maps are just bad in BO6. Satellite's terrible. And in the blog post, Satellite didn't look good. Like, none of them looked good aesthetically or like they would play well. And in this case, I agree with Tanner. Yeah, the maps look aesthetically way fucking better. That's a promise. That's on Mamas. That's guaranteed. The maps will look more visually pleasing. You can tell that from screenshots. What you can't tell is if they'll play better, but it looks like they will. Honestly. So that's good. I'm also very excited for the skirmish mode. This sounds fucking fun. Sounds like it'll be really cool, actually. I miss the big style gameplay, and unlike Ground War or any other big game mode we've ever had in multiplayer, it's going to come with mechanics you can't get in sixes, which is pretty dope, actually. Like, oh, you can wingsuit and fucking grapple hook, but you can't in like sixes. Maybe that bothers me because you should be allowed to do those things in sixes, but maybe the maps just, it wouldn't make sense to wingsuit on, but you should be able to grapple hook and everything, I think. But anyway, setting that aside, I am excited for the skirmish mode.
The skirmish mode looks really good.
Yeah, but
it sounds better than everything.
My one big giant question is, what does this mean for Warzone? Yeah, what are we getting for Warzone? First of all, are any of these mechanics coming to Warzone? If so, which ones? Is it all of them? Will those be a good thing or not? Hard to say right now. I'm leaning on the side of I want all of it. So I want the wingsuit and the grapple hook. Well, not all of it, not the field upgrades. I don't want those. But also, let's assume we get all of this new shit in the Warzone integration, and that's it. It still wouldn't be enough. It just wouldn't be enough. Using a wingsuit and a grapple hook on Rebirth Island just doesn't sound worth it to me. Using a wingsuit and a grapple hook on fucking Verdansk not only sounds unworth it, it sounds torturous. Not because those are bad. They're probably better than Verdansk right now, but it's still on fucking fuck-ass Verdansk, which I don't want to play anymore. I'm so done with that fucking map. And Rebirth. Rebirth's a good map, unlike Verdansk, but it's also, it's a fucking second grader. It's too old. Okay, pause. No fucking Epstein on that. Super no Epstein on that. As far as video game maps go, that's way too old. So like adding all of this to Warzone and not getting a new map that is just like, miss me with that. I'll be playing skirmish mode, unlocking fucking camos or whatever. That's going to be what I'll do. 100%. So yeah, that is ultimately where I'm at, because that's what I'm most interested in, is how is this all going to affect Warzone? And if we get a new Warzone map, if we get Avalon, I'm hoping for Avalon because that's the most realistic scenario, because we already know they've designed the whole map and it's in the fucking game. So like the most realistic thing is we get, instead of Verdansk, Warzone's on Avalon now. That is the most realistic thing. That absolutely would be enough to get me interested. Even if Avalon isn't a good map, which I'm going to be real as motherfuck with you guys, it might not be. There's a lot of water on it. And when we covered Avalon, with the prospect of playing Warzone on it, Tanner and I were actually quite positive about that, but that was during the balloon era. If we get Avalon without balloons, pre-dead probably. It's too much water. I'm not going to be swimming across water without balloons. I'm just not doing it. And if you add fucking water crafts, that doesn't help, actually. Hope that helps. It's just a lot of water. So hopeful, but still, with all of that said, it would still be at least a new map. And maybe the water wouldn't be as bad as I'm thinking. I don't remember exactly the layout of the map, so I don't really know for sure. I could be wrong on it. And then Avalon would be great. But like, even if Avalon's not a great big map, it would at least be better than Verdansk. Maybe not actually better, but better because it's new. So that's the thing. That's where I'm at for like next year. Cause I'm no matter what gonna be like interested in having some fun on launch. It's going to be a new game with new maps, new guns, new perks, all that shit. That's going to capture my attention for at least, at the very least, a month. It would have to be really shit if it were only a month, but it's possible. But I doubt it. Probably longer. But eventually, it's going to be season 3 of BO7, right? And by BO7 season 3, I hate to break it to you guys, we're all going to be kind of bored with multiplayer. And adding a new fucking melee weapon skin, like they will do, is not going to change that. So then the question's going to be, okay, how's Warzone looking? What are we doing there? And if it's, we added the shipwreck by prison to Verdansk, then Molotov cocktail time in real life. That's it. That's it. So you
got it at that point.
That you just have to. So that's where I'm ultimately at, looking way forward. But in the, you know, it looks fun. Launch looks fun, and at least that's going to be the case. So cool. But yeah. So anyway. Any other thoughts, buddy?
I mean, they can't wait till season 3 again to do something to Warzone. They just can't. You got to do something on. You really,
you would hope.
You would hope as fuck. New map.
Yeah.
We need to get Avalon season 1. It just has to come.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, we will have more of this blog post to get into on Sunday. If you're a patron, you'll hear it Saturday. And yeah, this was fun though. This got me more excited than I thought it would for BO7.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
definitely.
Be honest. The multiplayer looks fun. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, we will see you guys next ep. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
That's a goodbye.
You bored of killing bots on Warzone casual yet? Are you done getting spin botted and wall hacked yet? Well, you're in luck, because we've teamed up with Borderlands to get you the motherfuck out of there into an actually good game, Borderlands. Borderlands 4 throws you into the wild new world of Kairos, where you'll use a whole arsenal of badass weapons to overcome the planet's ruthless tyrant, the Timekeeper. Even if someone hasn't played the previous games, Borderlands 4 is a perfect entry point, made to be instantly fun, fast, and over the top from the moment you start. On Kairos, you'll work to loot a whole suite of over-the-top tools to help you customize your perfect badass and run over the enemy how you want. From meaningful movement abilities to powerful special skills and more to complement your arsenal. And maybe most importantly, for those of you who have people to play with, the game is designed from the ground up to be playable solo or with up to 3 other people. And in either case, you're in for a chaotic whirlwind of action. For those of you on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, that includes the option of 2-player co-op couch split screen as well. Pre-order any version of Borderlands 4 to receive the Gilded Glory Pack for free at borderlands.com, rated PEGI 18/M for mature. Available on PC via Steam and Epic, PS5 and Xbox X and S on September 12th, and on October 3rd on the Switch 2 as well.